Glasgow's very excellent Teenage Fan Club. Teenage Fan Club were one of last year's most acclaimed music makers, with their second album getting in the top 3 of every halfway respectable list of 1991's most important releases. At the same time, they've been criticized for being too influenced by the Beatles and Big Star. But when pop sounds this sharp and sparkly, who cares if it's derivative or not? They call their second album bandwagonesque, probably just to annoy people who speak like me. But don't worry, lads, I won't take it personally, because it's time for Rapido to now form a mutual appreciation society with a Teenage Fan Club.
1991's critically acclaimed albums include those by Primal Scream, My Bloody Valentine and Teenage Fan Club, all signed to indie label Creation Records. Run by Alan McGee, Creation is, as Teenage Fan Club explained, the result of one man's belief in good pop music.
I think he takes risks. I think he's a massive music fan as well. He's not into it for any other reason, you know. He is a fan of music, and I think he can see good music, you know. I don't know, he's got that perception.
There's been a few times where Creation have nearly gone under. I mean, Alan's still prepared to put money into groups, I suppose, I don't know, and finance records. I think some sort of independent labels wouldn't really do. They sort of like to really cut costs. I think Alan sort of sees Creation as being a big label. He wants to compete with majors and he wants to do that.
What you do to me, I know, I can't believe something about you got me head over heels. What you do to me.
Now signed to Geffen in America, Teenage Fan Club are being tipped to turn 92 into the year when 4 Glaswegians with a love of American 60s and 70s rock take over the world.
I haven't really experienced that up until now, you know. I think once we come to record the next LP, there might be more pressure on us. But I haven't really noticed any drastic changes up until now. You know, we haven't really done a lot since we've signed with Geffen.
Yeah, we signed with Geffen in America. We'd already recorded our LP, so we didn't have that pressure of them expecting the record. And they basically heard the record and liked it, and then wanted to sign us.
Teenage Fan Club's Glasgow roots partly explain their sound. 16-year-olds in Essex might be making techno records in their bedrooms, but in Glasgow, guitars have never gone out of fashion.
American groups in the 60s really influenced a lot of people in Glasgow for some reason. Like bands like Velvet Underground have always been quite big in Glasgow. Most people sort of pick up a guitar, mostly into sort of 60s garage bands and sort of late 60s sort of rock bands.
There was a postcard thing, I suppose. You know, about 10 years ago, groups like Orange Juice, and we probably sort of, our sort of roots are in that sort of scene. They were into Buffalo Springfield and the Birds and stuff, and we like that too.
The band have been accused of living in the past, and although Mudhoney on their new What You Do To Me EP may be reminiscent of Big Star, it's something that Teenage Fan Club see as a media's problem rather than theirs.
I mean, the thing is the idea of like folk singers. It's like, I mean, if you go somewhere and see a folk singer in some bar in Glasgow, they're not going to say, oh, he's just been doing, someone did that 200 years ago, you know what I mean? Can they not like do something new? I mean, as tradition, we just see music in the same way. It's just a lot of people in the media or whatever, or people see music as something which reinvents itself every year. And that's just something you do to sell newspapers. It's like, say, this band is totally original. I mean, that's why we called the album bandwagonesque.